Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I've been playing Deepwoken for a very long time, long enough to know that when I first heard about shadowcast, the icon for it was a white version of flamecharm. And despite all of this, I spent almost all of my hours on Deepwoken mostly just making builds and just having fun messing around, and never actually learned most of the valuable skills that I should have. One of these is PvP, but I'll make a series about that later, and in this video it's learning Duke. I've never beat a Deepwoken boss alone. I've never done it solo, and I suck at them a lot. This is part 1 of 2. This is recorded after all of the clips. So I decided to document my experiences doing Duke as a way of showing my progress over time, and I'm also doing this because I want to make a video teaching other people how to do it. If you've ever seen a guide on Deepwoken, it's always stay calm, block, parry, dodge, but it's never when to block, when to parry, what to dodge. It's just a mess. It's just someone doing it without really explaining how to do it. And I want to change that. I want to make more guides on how to improve at Deepwoken, and by doing things like Duke Solo, I'm going to learn how I did it and how I learned how to beat Duke. Anyways, if you like my content, please like, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it, and enjoy the video. This was my first Duke clip, and the first time I fought Duke alone, and I didn't really know what he was going to do or how to block it, parry, or dodge any of his attacks. He wasn't M1ing me, which was probably the most confusing part about this whole ordeal. I wasn't exactly sure why, and I wouldn't figure out why until a few attempts later. You'll also see that I tried to dodge strong left. I don't have a lot of PvP practice at the time of recording that clip, so I thought that strong left would be harder to parry than to dodge. Newsflash, it's not. It's really easy to parry. I didn't know that. It took me a few attempts to figure that out, so you're going to see that as kind of a consistent theme. Hyper armor is another thing that I didn't learn immediately, so you would often see me swing thinking I had the advantage because in a normal situation I would, only to get punished, which is what confused me and caused me to mess up so badly at the end here. This is my second attempt of Duke, and I was introduced to the air bubble attack. The air bubble attack is going to take me a long time to figure out, mostly because it comes a lot slower than all the other mantras, and has a very different dodge box, or hitbox, than all of the other ones. I got a little mad, if I'm being honest. I felt at first that this was almost impossible to dodge. It felt like even when the bubble was close to me, I would dodge and it would still hit. Come to figure out later on that you need to dodge into it and not away from it, and dodging away from it will cause it to hit you. Impossible! Like, what? That's literally impossible. How do you... 3 attempts in, and I was able to break the air bubble. This was a pretty big accomplishment for me because it gave me a sense of how long I would have to go until the real fight started happening. It was also a pretty big accomplishment for me because I felt like I did something great. I didn't feel like I was really getting that close the first few times, so seeing that I actually broke it made me feel accomplished and gave me more motivation to continue. This motivation would be surely quelled later on because I died to an unknown move, a move that I have not seen before. At first, when I first encountered this move, I saw it as more of a blink and you miss it. I thought he used a mantra and I just didn't know. I didn't even think of the possibility that he could get mantras after his air bubble broke. It should have been pretty obvious the first time around, but I just didn't know. There's also a few muted parts in the clip. My mom was actually talking to me, so... Out of all of my Duke runs I've had so far, this one was probably the most confusing and weirdest I've ever even seen. Not only did I just get completely folded in the first half of the fight, the Duke somehow managed to get on top of my head. I've never seen this happen before. I also, towards the end, kind of just gave up. I thought that little air bubble hit me, so I wasn't reacting. I just kind of like leaned back, but apparently it didn't. This whole fight was just kind of weird. I don't even want to... I have to count it, but I don't want to count it. This doesn't even seem fair. I had popped the air bubble again. It wasn't nearly as exciting the first time I did it, because I almost immediately got folded right afterwards. This is just another one of those examples of me just being afraid and not having PvP practice. Most of what got me hurt in this fight was either me not wanting to parry strong left, or me automatically assuming he was going to parry my attack and just trying to parry in advance. And again, the air bubbles. When I look back at these clips, if I'm being honest, when I'm actually in the fight, they feel really fast. They feel like I have almost no time to react. And I'm looking at these clips, and I'm just embarrassed. Like, it's just embarrassing. There's no way I lost to this. But yeah, this clip has nothing really much to add, so I'm just going to skip over most of it. In the past couple clips, you may have been noticing that I've been throwing out my pressure blast at the beginning of the fight. I was doing this because I was spamming 1 to get through the dialogue options of Duke to start the fight, and I have accidentally been spamming 1 so much that I would throw out a mantra at the beginning of the fight. It somehow never dawned on me that I should not be spamming 1 if there is a mantra in my number 1 box. I don't know why I kept doing this. I don't think this ends here. I think this actually goes on for a couple more clips. I did eventually change it though. I did eventually stop spamming 1. But yeah, I also pretty much just got folded for this entire fight. This really doesn't add anything. Something truly magnificent happened in this fight. Something that absolutely no one could predict, could even ever comprehend. Something that the average player simply just doesn't have the brain to handle. I learned that you can parry Deepwoken mantras. I know, this is quite the discovery. I would have never figured this out if it wasn't for just a stroke of luck. But in all seriousness though, this is the run I learned that you can parry strong left, and it really did change my skill level against the Duke, because strong left was consistently the one mantra that had been giving me the most trouble due to me constantly trying to dodge it. Even if I did successfully dodge it, he would almost always follow up with an M1 that would hit me, because I just simply never paid enough attention to realize that he will M1 after strong lefting you. Regardless, this is the farthest I've gotten, so I am quite happy about that, and towards the end of the fight, I got hit by the air bubble again. Regardless of all of that, though, I am quite happy this is my longest run. I am also equally unhappy that towards the end, he faked me out with an air bubble, convincing me that I had died, only to spawn his minions to grip him for me, and slightly do a little bit of a teabag towards the end. Remember when I said that strong left was consistently the mantra I had the most trouble with? Well, the air bubble is number 2, and this clip proves it. The air bubble pretty much ruined everything I had going for me. It completely destroyed me twice, it faked me out once, and was ultimately the thing that led to me losing the fight. Despite this clip being shorter than some of the other ones, to me it was one of the more memorable ones, because it gave me a clear understanding that I had improved, that I had gotten better. I felt like I had a lot more control over the fight, that things were moving quicker. I didn't even pop the bubble, but I learned that all of the things I struggled with in the past are gone. I'm not really dying to strong left anymore, I'm consistently parrying it, and it allowed me to realize how much of an annoyance the air bubble really was, and now how I have to learn to deal with it. This was probably the first clip that I got far enough into the air bubble pop stage to really understand what the fight's going to be like after the bubble. Everyone was constantly saying that Duke was easy and that this is the only hard part, and now that I actually went against him during this stage, I agree. He was very cowardly, he never really kinda engaged me. I had almost full control over the fight, except when he would occasionally use a mantra. Unfortunately, the air bubble is still my greatest weakness, as I have fallen to it once again. For my 10th and final clip of the video, it isn't anything surprising, it isn't anything grand. I basically just got completely folded by a variety of mantras the entire time. Thank you all for watching this video. If you've made it to this far, then give me a tip in the comments. It's clear that you like my video, so please tell me how to not be cringe. Yeah, anyways, have a good day. See you. Peace.